What's good, everybody? Welcome into Early Edge Live, your prime time sports betting show of record. We are powered by the almighty SportsLine. I, of course, am the coach. We're here every single Sunday night at 7:20 Eastern Time, counting down to Sunday Night Football, which tonight will be the Colts and the 49ers live from San Francisco. Now, it's been quite a day on a lot of levels. We will recap everything. We will talk sides, totals, props. Also, the Van Jefferson Memorial touchdown, first touchdown of the game. We'll give that out a little bit after 8 o'clock Eastern Time. But we have so much to talk about. Now, we've kind of run into the injured reserve list today because we have some guys that last minute couldn't make the show. But I tell you what, never fret, because I am here with one man who, if you guys follow him, oh, you're making so much money. Let's bring in the star of the show. We call him Prop Star. Wait a second. I was told AB would not be on this show tonight. What is going on, Jeweler? What's going on? What's going on, Jeweler? Right, Jeweler.
Well, let's see. We had I ran the intro, and then Alan Bell just hopped into the stream. So I think we got a little AB action on this show tonight.
Oh my God! All right, I'm going to allow it simply because we need you, not because I want you. Let's be clear.
No, understandable. And let me say, we needed some Ultimate Warrior intro music that just came out of nowhere.
All right, so there is AB, of course, we love it. I'm just playing around. There is Alex. And Alex, can you tell the good people what you did on our prop show earlier today so far? Can you tell them?
I can, Coach. We went 4-1 on my props on the prop show. So why
80%?
80%.
That's good, right?
80%. We haven't had a losing week yet, Coach.
What did you do last week?
4-1.
Oh, 4-1 again. Oh,
Coach, I had a master plan tonight that just got foiled when AB showed up. I was hoping to have this show to myself and just go into soliloquy after rant after thesis. I had it all mapped out. I was trying to disrupt everything, get everyone's Wi-Fi to fail, and AB shows up. I'm happy to see AB, but I was hoping to just have the floor completely to myself.
I tell you what, I think there would have been a lot of people that would have been cool with that, to be honest with you, to be very cool with that. They're like, I'll listen to Prop Stars give me winners all day long. However, I've got to give AB some props. AB, you were on some, other than the Panthers, you had some good picks today.
Yeah,
right?
Panthers was tough. And look, Prop Stars, I'll tell you, I actually wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to be on the show and sit here and quiet and just watch you guys go. The Panthers hurt. Packers, that was really nice. Patriots, they took care of business. We had some nice day. Yeah, we had a nice day for sure.
All right, so let's recap, for the next 5 or 10 minutes, because there's so much that happened today that really fed into the bets that we gave out on the show. And Zach Attack's going to join us here in a little bit, I believe. And we had a SportsLine showdown, and this is where I believe we should start, because the Kansas City Chiefs have gone to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. And it drives me nuts as a Chiefs fan or as a football fan when I don't see a team give me emotion. Give me hunger. 27-3. Better light some fire under somebody. AB, let's start with you. How disappointing was that Chiefs performance from an effort standpoint today? And Patrick Mahomes gets knocked out with a possible concussion.
Yeah, I mean, it was brutal, right? If you're a Chiefs fan, I mean, it was just tough to see because seemingly Tennessee got the ball, went down, drove, scored, and the game was over. We didn't see anything from the Chiefs after that. And then we saw the Titans go back down and score again, and it really was over. It just completely surprising. And it just goes to show that, it started with the defense, but there's a funk with this team, and now it's infiltrated to the offense, and it's the entire squad. There's a big come-to-Jesus meeting over there in Kansas City. It needs to come soon.
Yeah, and it needs to come, but I don't know if Andy Reid is the man to do it because he doesn't yell at anybody, ever. Ever. By the way, pound that like button. Tonight we're going to try and set records. 500, I'll give away 5-year-long memberships. 1,000, we're going to give away 10. If we get to 1,200, oh, look what my man Alex has. He found it somewhere on the internet. Be the second different coach action figure. We're going to give it out to one lucky person if we can get to 1,200 likes. So pound that like button and if you don't know how to do it, if you're brand new to the show, take the comments down, hit the like button, put the comments right back up. And we want you to be as active in the chat also as you can be. We need you to type your Twitter handle. We need you to follow SportsLine, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want you to be able to win anything that we give out. And in the very near future, oh, look what came today in the mail to your boy. Look what came to your boy. The brand. Oh, 1 second. Oh, it tastes so good out of my Early Edge water bottle. Oh, did we see what else came today? Do we see who else came today? Yeah, my brand new Early Edge t-shirt. Somebody has some stroke around here. See, the bosses can't even stop me from getting my stuff. Now, as disappointing as the Chiefs were, Alex, you were on the Derrick Henry prop, and that was no sweat whatsoever. Just exactly as you said. What happened? Kind of reiterate that for me.
Yeah, wasn't that sweet? We took the combined rushing and receiving. I think he finished with less than 100 total. We got the number at 147 by kickoff. I think it was down to around 140. Cashed that one easily. Like I had mentioned, the Chiefs actually, one thing they do somewhat well is they defend opposing running backs well. Not opposing rushing games, because we've seen Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts have huge games with their legs, but they're actually good, solid at defending opposing running backs. Not much else is working for them right now. But yeah, it was nice to have this huge Henry total. It was an easy under. Love those.
Love it. Love it. Real quick, while I'm teeing up AB, give me a little clean off your camera real quick if you don't mind. AB, so while the Chiefs were losing just moments ago in the late games, well, the Raiders were covering, so they're 5-2, 2-game lead over the Chiefs in the entire division. But also, you gave out an incredible stat, and since you're here, I'm going to let you give it because you gave it to us. The Bucs laying the wood to the Bears, but we should have saw this coming, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it on the show this morning. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers entering this game were 2-0 against the spread when they were a double-digit favorite, 0-4 against the spread when they weren't. Tom Brady in each of those two games had thrown 5 touchdowns with 0 interceptions. So they enter the game today, a double-digit favorite. What do? They cover. Brady throws 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. They're incredible.
They are incredible, and he's only getting better with age, and that is not even just he just is 211, 4 touchdowns. Now, there are some unhappy people out there. Anybody that bet the over today, it was 35-3 at the half, 38-3 was your final. Oh. That's when you're like, no, that's a bad beat. That's a bad beat. But as we look from a prop perspective, Alex, and Tom Brady, seems like every single week, if we play the over 2.5 touchdowns, no matter what the juice is, he's cashing it for us, right?
Yeah, he is. I mean, we know Tom Brady is aging like a fine wine. He's like defying the laws of physics. It's like a Benjamin Button thing. He's like getting better as he gets older. It's unbelievable to watch. He's exceptional. I don't think anyone doubts that. What is really impressive to me and continues to be a reoccurring theme with this Tampa Bay Buccaneers is how good their running game has been. Leonard Fournette has been an amazing acquisition for them. They are one of the most balanced teams in football. Their run game is just really working for them. It's sustaining drives. They're milking clock. Fournette is like good out of the backfield as a pass catcher, which was something we really didn't see in college or in Jacksonville. So yeah, this Fournette acquisition, super impressive. No Antonio Brown, no Gronkowski, no problem. They have so many weapons. They just spread it out. They're phenomenal. The defense also is playing better and better every week. And we saw that Tampa Bay secondary early in the season just get absolutely shredded by everyone, but they're looking better and better every week.
Yeah, great analysis by you. By the way, Squid, Pooh Bear, Billy, Chico, Squid, all these names have Billy, Danny, Love, Ken. Ken says, or somebody said, Mikey better send in his picks for the show tonight. I don't know if he's going to or not. I really don't know if he's going to. I have a feeling, though, we'll be able to answer some of your questions. By the way, when we get to that prop section, put any prop that you think you want in Sunday Night Football tonight, put it in the comment section, and we will get to as many as we possibly can. All right, wrapping up earlier today, the late game just got done. Boy, maybe M Squared didn't come on the show because the worst teaser or the best teaser you could ever ask for is plus 24. Am I right? Could you ever ask for a teaser where one of your teams is getting plus 24 and you lose? The Houston Texans. They were up in this game at one point. They had the lead, and they lose, 31-5 and lose by 26 points. How bad is that, guys? How bad is that?
It's horrible. And remember this. They play the Rams next week. They're going to be double-digit dogs again, and they've already lost to the spread as a double-digit against the Bills. They're 0-2. They might be 0-3 next week.
Wow. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. And give the Cardinals a lot of credit. They continue to be undefeated. They continue to do the right stuff. They continue to play really good football, and nobody's giving them any credit. Just ask J.J. Watt. Nobody's giving them any credit, but they continue to get the job done, so give Arizona a lot of credit. All right, so that is all the teams that did earlier today. But we've got to now spin it forward to tonight. Colts and the 49ers. And, guys, there's a lot of storylines here tonight. The biggest one, I'm going to come to you first, AB, is the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is back. He will get the start tonight. But Trey Lance is not going to play tonight. He's injured. So now, if you're a 49ers bettor or just a fan, how scared are you to bet on the 49ers knowing that with one hit, both of your top quarterbacks would be gone?
Yeah, it's tough, from a prop perspective, for sure. You're going to play that risk. But you know what? The 49ers, very similar to Jimmy Garoppolo, how he is entering tonight. There's really no tomorrow, man. Like, he's fighting for his career. It might not be there, but he's putting things on film for another team to pick him up. So Jimmy Garoppolo probably has a pretty good game, to be completely honest with you, because there is no tomorrow. He has nothing to risk other than going out and slinging it and letting it rip. This is a big win that they need to get against a really good Colts team at home. So, yeah, I understand the thought process there, but if I'm betting on Garoppolo props, I'm betting on the overs, man.
Oh, you're betting on the overs on Garoppolo. We're going to get into that in about 10 minutes. By the way, Marcos, I see you. Coach dressed in all black, looking like business. You keep forgetting the shades. The shades were a long time ago, and they were in the ring. Oh, there you go. There you go. Speaking of props and just the thought process tonight, when I say Carson Wentz, Alex, to you, and you look at the last 3 weeks for Carson Wentz, passer rating over 120. He's gone north of his total in all 3 games. Tonight, it's just 199. Just 199. I know weather's supposed to be an issue, but when you look at the way Carson Wentz has played and you look at his numbers, are they tasty to you?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, though. Just speaking on Wentz really quickly, it's hard not to be really encouraged by his performance recently. He looks as good as he looks since that second year with Philadelphia, where I believe he was the runner-up for the MVP award. I'm not saying he's in that form, but he looks as good since then. Obviously, he's dealt with a lot of injuries and some inconsistent play. So, yeah, he's playing well right now. He is missing T.Y. Hilton. He's missing Paris Campbell. So they are shorthanded as far as receivers are concerned. One thing I do miss our guy M Squared a lot. I would love to know his take on this weather, because when we're looking at the props in this game, to me, it is that they're factoring in some inclement weather. These numbers are very, very low. So there has to be some type of warning, or the weather is being built into these projections and into these numbers, because they're low across the board. They're low for the Colts. They're low for the 49ers. So, yeah, I'm expecting weather to play a big factor in this game. Although when I check the weather report myself, I mean, I know it's raining a lot, but the winds are what I'm concerned about. That's what I look to, because that has a big effect on throwing the ball down the field. And as far as I can tell, or I've seen, the winds are only expected to be around 15 miles per hour, and that isn't anything like too crazy. So long-winded way of telling you guys, pun intended, that there could be some value in some of these overs.
Alex, and I say this with all the seriousness in the world, it's impossible for you to be long-winded. You have carte blanche on any show that I'm on. You talk as long as you want to talk, because everything you say matters. It matters. Speaking of mattering, I need to go to a chat question. And, AB, I'm going to come to you, because you're the man that always throws these exotics out there. Jeweler, throw up Nick Martini. Nick Martini. He says, AB, I have the Colts money line to finish off a plus 3,030 parlay. What would you do there, AB?
Well, I need to see what the cash out function looks like, because there's probably a pretty nice little play there. But, I mean, if you're ever going to have the Colts in a money line bet, it's this week. They are playing really, really good football. They're not turning the ball over at all. They're running the ball, protecting it. And like PropStar said, Carson Wentz is playing as high as he has. So in a game that could have inclement weather, the Colts aren't exactly throwing it 45 yards down the field. They run the ball and run short, tight end type, passes 10, 15 yards and in, I'd feel pretty good about it. I mean, there's a reason why the 49ers are favored. I get it. But that's not a bad play there, man. I would have to see what the cash out is, though.
Would you play the Niners on the other side on the money line or minus 168? So he could play $1,000 on the other side, which would cost him $1,600. I'm assuming this is a $100 bet. He's going to win $3,000. So you could bet $1,000 to win $1,000, and you'll still win $1,500 if you play the 49ers on the money line. You could do that.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. He's got options here, so that's a good thing.
He's got options. Go ahead, Alex.
I always think, personally, I'm a very conservative bettor, but to me, if you can guarantee yourself a profit by hedging, I always think that's plus EV in the long run.
I love when you talk dirty to me. What does EV mean?
Expected value. So
there you go. I love when you talk betting, man. It's just so awesome to listen to you talk. So many people are in the chat tonight. Let's pound that like button. We got to get to 500 before we can get to 1,000. At 500, we will give out 5-year-long memberships. We made it on the noon show. Let's do it again tonight. All right. Now, we have been on, and this is where I'm going to bring the jeweler in right now because we are creating a monster. Jeweler, show your face. There you are. Now, we are on a side here, but we also have 2 bets that the show has been on. Could you enlighten the good people at home, please, on what you're on?
So we got one side on the show officially, and that's from the maestro himself, Larry Hartstein. He gave out the Colts earlier in the week, +4. That's now since dipped to +3.5 if you want to bet them tonight. I just locked in a little teaser action because you guys know how much I love to tease things. And maybe this is probably the square play, right? Because Colts are a very trendy underdog here in this spot. So I'm teasing them up to 9.5. And I'm also I'm gonna take the under because I want a fun, boring slog fest. Nothing's better than these like cold, rainy, fun football games.
Who are you?
What
are you talking about?
How much I live for that December Bills game where it's just absolutely snowing and they have to use
to drive me crazy.
And they have to use the graphics machine in order to overlay the lines on the field. That's a football game to me. So hopefully NBC has to use the fly cam because they can't even see the stadium from the cameras that are along the side. So if you wanted a little jeweler's teaser action, that's what I'm going with, is the under 47.5 tease with the Colts +9.5.
Oh, my God, Chad, I see you in the chat. I should call him out, but I got to be honest with you. I got to work with him every single day. I don't want to call him out, and then he can crush my dreams because rest assured, you guys think I tease about the bosses? The bosses love the jeweler. They love AB. They're trying to give prop stars a 10-year contract. Me, not so much. I'm expendable. Trust me on that.
Yeah, you're on a 1-year deal all the time. You're just always, That's
I'm on that Gundy rotation 1-year deal. He gets a 5-year rotation. I get a 1. I get a 1. I see you, Steven, D. Burks, Jose, Chad. You all like to get on me. It's okay. I can take it. I got big shoulders. All right, so we're officially on the Colts plus the 3.5 or plus the 4. I bought it up to 4. I played it 3 different times this week. I played it on Tuesday when we gave it, Friday because I just love props so much, and then I played it again today. I'm really, really bullish on the Colts and on Carson Wentz tonight. Quickly before we get to the favorite part of the show from my man Alex. Alex, do you have something you want to say?
I'll hold off.
Okay. AB on the total tonight. You just heard, I don't even know what Jeweler was saying about bringing that total down. But the total, do you like any part of it tonight, the under or the over in all seriousness?
Well, I'll tell you this. I didn't want to interrupt our man Jeweler coming from the God voice there. But if you log into sportsline.com right now, there's also official play from me on this game. And you want to know what it is? We're going to give it official right here on the show. And it's a total, too. It's a total.
What is it?
Over 41.5. We're riding the over tonight. I don't care about inclement weather. I don't care about any of that. These are 2 teams that run short burst offenses that like to do it on the ground. I don't care if it's gale force winds. Over 41.5. You see it right there. Let's go.
Let's go, AB.
We're going to have a pick 6. We're going to have a fumble return. Yeah. We're going to have a scoop and score. We're going to have all of it tonight. All of it tonight.
You could theoretically win both bets.
That's true.
That's true. That's very true.
But, hey, it could happen.
You guys know how much I love when you guys tell me how you're doing at home. Jeweler, bring up the Dan Herney, please. Hey, Coach, me and my boy Paul, fellow subscriber, thank you. We cashed today because of you guys. It also might be my Early Edge shirt. Thank you for all you guys do. Man, Dan, thank you so very much, and thanks for buying the merch and being a part of the family. We love everybody that rolls with us, and it grows every single day. So with that being said, you know what time it is.
Oh, real quick, I was just going to say, just to show how much the bosses love AB, I mean, we have 29 live expert picks on sportsline.com right now, and look who's right at the very top.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
My man AB.
Wait, Alex. I thought you can't have my man AB and my man Coach. You can't have both. You got to make a decision. You can't have both. No, you can't. You can't. I'm drawing a line in the sand. Squid says, Coach, shout out Murph, please. He lingers on every stream. Whatever that means. Murph, what's good? It's your boy, the Coach. Curtis Dixon says, holy crap, 29 picks? Yes, 29 picks. The value is there. We tell you all the time. Now, I have made Alex wait long enough. I've made all of you wait long enough. Now, if you have a prop that you would like us to discuss, we're going to do it for about the next 15 minutes or so. Throw it into the comment section. Do not forget to put in your Twitter handle, because when we get to 500 likes, we're going to give away those year-long memberships. So let's start right where we always start, and that's with the quarterback props. We already talked about how low they are here, Alex. But when you look at Debo and the quarterbacks the way they are playing, Debo is over 60.5 receiving yards. Do we like Debo, who's been a beast, over 540 yards receiving so far this season?
I do like Debo. Yeah, Debo is phenomenal. He is a yak monster, yards after the catch. They're very creative with the way they get him the football. They manufacture him touches. He's been exceptional. He has a tremendous rapport with Jimmy Garoppolo. And 4 of the games that Garoppolo has started, he has gone way over this number. With Garoppolo at quarterback, I think he's averaging around $125 this season, which is just phenomenal. So we're getting a discount. If you don't think the weather is going to be like to the point where it's just throwing everything off, yeah, this is a great number. I gave it out on an earlier stream earlier in the week. It actually opened. It was very interesting. It opened at, I believe it was 65 or 67. And then it was, I got it at 57.5. It came down once the weather report started circulating. Now it's crept back up a little bit around 59, 60. I lean over there, not an official play, but yeah, I absolutely like it.
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now because mine went down for a second. Yeah, Debo is at 62.5, so it went back up to 62.5, minus 107 right now at the book that I'm looking at. So leaning over, not an official play, but leans from prop stars is better than official plays for most everybody else. AB, let me come to you. Wentz, his touchdown total is just 1.5 tonight, and he has thrown, I feel like AB right here, 3 straight games, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Do you know, AB, the last Colts quarterback to do that in 3 straight games?
Jim Harbaugh.
No. Alex?
Peyton Manning.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Peyton Manning. Now, next question. If Wentz does it again tonight, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, he'll be the first Colts quarterback to ever do it in a single season, because Peyton did it over the course of 2 seasons. So with that being said, let me ask you that question again. Over 1.5 touchdowns tonight. Do you like it?
I don't love it because I think that they're gonna use the run game as much as possible. But again, that's the tough part, man, is that Wentz can get dangerous down there. And if they're looking at a defense, especially a defensive line like San Francisco's, they're going to have to put the ball in the air at some point. So I wouldn't scream, standing on a roof telling the neighborhood to take this bet. But if I had to go one way or the other, I'm going over.
I just made that play just now myself. It's plus 138. Plus 138. So I love the number. I really, really do. Alex, let me come back to you. Jonathan Taylor, he has been a beast for the Colts this year. He has gone north of 100 several times. His number tonight, and I just lost it, but let's start with his carries. His carry is 16.5. Let's start there. Do you like that?
I don't. I'm not playing the under because I agree with AB. The Colts are going to run the football a lot tonight for a variety of reasons. A, missing wide receivers. B, we know about the weather. And yeah, that's what they're kind of designed to do. But yeah, I think that the wealth is going to be distributed to other backs, which we'll get to the prop that I'm on. This is the one play that I do have from this game. So yeah, I think that number is efficient. I wouldn't play the over. I wouldn't play the under. I don't think he's had 17 carries once this season either.
Very good. Well, there's no time like the present. By the way, his rushing total 67.5, but it's juicy, minus 167. We know he just went for 145. Is the juice a little too high for that?
It is. Leaning, yeah, I mean, I lean over on the number, but the Niners are fairly stout. I do think they're going to spread it out to other running backs. And yeah, Taylor has had big numbers, but if you look at his play, he's breaking like a 50, a 60-yard run in these games to go over. Banking on that, you just can't. Like those runs, you cannot consistently rely on. So it is difficult when you're projecting his number when you have these large totals built in. So yeah, you're like, well, he's had 150 yards last week. It seems like a sure thing. But when you subtract the big runs, which good defenses will do, he's right around this number.
Educate, entertain, folks. Educate, educate, educate. Now, I feel like somebody's gotten in your head, Alex, because in the chat, my man Soccer, where is he? Soccer Nick 33, he's mentioning a name that I believe you like. Go ahead and give us your official play right now.
So my official play is a running back on the Colts, not Jonathan Taylor, not Nahim Heinz. It is Marlon Mack. I like Marlon Mack over 14.5 rushing yards. Mack has played this will be his 5th game with the Colts this season. Started the season injured. In those 4 games he played, he's been over in 3 of them. He's had at least 5 carries in all of those games. We mentioned earlier there's no T.Y. Hilton. There is no Paris Campbell. So the Colts are going to have to run the ball. They're not going to be able to air the ball out a ton, coupled with this weather that we've been talking about that are suppressing all of the passing numbers, all of the receiving numbers. Marlon Mack is very likely to mix in, and I think 5 carries is his floor. If he gets 5 carries, he's very likely going over 15 yards. If he ends up with 7 to 8 carries, yeah, he could have a much bigger night. So yeah, I love Marlon Mack over 14.5 rushing yards.
Well, I love it. You heard Curtis in the chat. We need 43 likes to get to 500. See, what happens is we get so many people that have joined SportsLine. They're like, I don't need my subscription, but a lot of other people do. There's a lot of people that haven't got a subscription yet. So even if you have one, still hit the like button and help somebody else. All right. Now, you mentioned Nahim Heinz and Kelsey. I see you in the chat. I'm going to bring up what you just wrote here in a minute. But Nahim Heinz, total rushing yards, 15.5. in this game. So we'll stay with the rushing yards. Either one of you can take this one.
I like Heinz, but his role is primarily as a receiving back in the offense. They don't give him a lot of carries between the tackles. They use him primarily on 3rd downs as a pass-catching back. So if you look at the volume of his rushing attempts, it fluctuates week to week. While it is a very low number, it's enticing. He could easily just end up with 1 or 2 carries and get 6 or 8 targets in the passing game because they might look to generate offense with their screen game, which the Colts like to do. Carson Wentz targets his running backs and his tight ends like as much as any other quarterback in the league besides, I believe it's Jared Goff and Mac Jones this year. So yeah, he looks to throw the ball to his running backs. That is more where you'll find value in Heinz's props, in my opinion.
Your opinion is why we ask it. Now, against my better judgment, I'm going to come back to AB because nobody kicks the crap out of kicker props. See what I did there? And interception props. So in the chat, my man Michael wants to know, anybody like Garoppolo over his half interception at plus 110 tonight? AB?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I would definitely take Garoppolo over Carson Wentz. I think that Garoppolo is going to take a more aggressive stance in terms of throwing the ball, as to what Prop Stars just alluded to, that Carson Wentz really loves to use his running backs and tight ends, and those are just tough they're tough to make interceptions off that because they're generally 1 to 5 yard passes, where Garoppolo, with inclement weather, with coming off, having not played, plus the team on a bye, plus injuries there. Yeah, I love that play.
Alex?
Different prop, but I would love AB's opinion on a prop that you and I discussed before we went live, Coach.
Talk to me.
So there is a prop I've been tipped off about. I bet it personally. This is not an official play, but I did take this privately. And again, I don't know if it's presently available. It was before I went on air. It was the longest field goal for both teams was set at 46.5 yards. I took the under on that play. I think there's a very compelling case why it should go under, and I'd love AB's take on this prop.
Yeah. So my thought process is that you have an aggressive coach in terms of Kyle Shanahan with the 49ers and how they approach fourth downs and short. They like to go for them. They like to run the ball. 2, you're looking at a Colts team who's had injuries at the kicker position. Plus, they're used to kicking in domes. And if you have weather coming into this game, especially wind, I could see that if if Frank Reich looks and says, all right, our normal where we feel good is about 46 yards, they're going to cut that down to probably 39 yards, right? So I'm with you. If I had to go one way or the other, it definitely under on that.
Nobody knows the kicker props like my man, AB. Coming back to you, Alex. Wentz under 33.5 yards for longest completion tonight, which kind of plays into your question about the weather, too.
Yeah, I think that is a solid bet because the one thing the weather will influence or affect more than any other aspect is down the field throws. Wentz isn't a guy with a huge arm to begin with, nor without T.Y. Hilton do they really have the options to stretch the field. So, yeah, I would definitely lean under on that prop, but I would caution you, Michael Pittman is exceptional with the ball in his hands. They give him the ball in space, and he, kind of similar to Debo on the other side, is a yak monster. So I wouldn't make it a play personally, but I just would caution that would be a way that it could go over, as I could see Michael Pittman getting a 15, 20-yard dig and then just busting through a few tackles to go over. So I do like it, but yeah, there is some inherent risk in my opinion.
Okay, very good. All right, we are approaching the top of the hour. Remember, right after 8 o'clock Eastern time, we do our Van Jefferson Memorial first touchdown of the game prop. It's the most fun prop we give out the entire night. My girl Kelsey has already given one out in the chat, which I actually like a lot. We'll reveal that here in a moment. AB, let me come back to you because we love team total props. Love them. So here's the team total prop tonight. 49ers, 22, minus 129. And the Colts are 19, minus 133. Do you like either one?
Love the Colts. 19. They're averaging their last 3 games 27.6, I believe, somewhere around there. Points per game. Their offense, I understand that, T.Y. Hilton is out tonight, but it's not like he's been there all season anyway. I really like the Colts over 19. 22 with the 49ers. I get it. I mean, I'm on the over 41.5, so I kind of need both over 3 touchdowns in this game. We're right at it. I would play the Colts more than I would play the 49ers. That just because you're getting really good value there.
Okay, great. Alex, you were going to say something?
I'm with AB. Yeah, I fully agree with his take on it.
Okay, very good. Remember, if you want to win a year-long sub, you've got to follow the SportsLine on Twitter. You've got to subscribe to our YouTube page. You're watching it right now, so do that. Our page is growing so fast. We're north of 17,000 subscribers, and we're less than a year old. So we can only say thank you to all of you for making this grow so fast. So a couple of more props before we get to the top of the hour, which is my favorite time of the show. Now, I just lost it. I had a really good one for Alex too that he was going to like, and now, damn it, I can't find it. So I'm gonna let people keep yelling at people in the chat for me while I look this prop up. Is there any other inner props? Because I just lost it. Damn it, I hate when this happens because there's so many that I want to get into. All right, the Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what it was. So we talked about Wentz over 1.5. Garoppolo is also 1.5 at plus 148. AB or Alex?
Alex, I'll let you. Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good number, but just the way that Shanahan runs this offense, they run in the red zone. They're also missing George Kittle, who is the preferred red zone option for Garoppolo. He's one of the best tight ends in the league. Obviously, you lean on your tight ends when you're in the red zone. So, yeah, I do think that the number is good. But, yeah, I'm thinking when they're within 15, 20 yards, they're going to lean hard on that running game. They run a zone blocking scheme that is very difficult to stop. So, yeah, I think they're going to lean more on the running game than they are on the passing game tonight.
So, AB, if they do that, let's go to Mike in the chat. And he says Garoppolo under 33.5 passing attempts. Thoughts?
Oh, under 33.5. That is an incredibly efficient number because I think that it's going to be right around that. Essentially what you need, if you're going to bet the over, you're betting that the Colts are going to be leading this game. So just go ahead and kind of correlate that you're betting on the Colts to be leading most of this game to keep him throwing in the air. The interesting part, though, is this, and it goes back to what we were just talking about in terms of Garoppolo over 1.5 passing touchdowns. What do they do with our man Kyle Juszczyk? Because they can hand it off to him and they throw to him too, right? And I feel like that is where essentially this bet is going to come down to. Do they use the handoff more tonight? Literally 3 more times than when they normally would pass. Like, I really think it is that razor thin tonight.
I'm looking at other names that we haven't even talked about. I'm just going to throw some names out. I'm not going to throw the numbers. And tell me if you just like them to be used in the game script. Mohamed Sanu, Brandon Ayuk, Ross Dwelly. We already talked about Debo. Alex, you're putting your hand up. You already heard the name.
I think Sanu is solid. He's had a pretty significant role in this offense. Obviously, he's a veteran player that's kind of washed. But, yeah, Shanahan loves him. He blocks really well, which is something that Kyle Shanahan values a ton. So, yeah, he's on the field a lot. He's on the field more than Brandon Ayuk. So, yeah, his catches, I believe, is at 1.5. So that has some solid value, especially – in these conditions because he's running a lot of short intermediate routes from the slot. So, yeah, I do like Mohamed Sanu.
Okay, very good. I have him at 17.5 receiving yards at plus 100. Would you like that number?
I lean over, and not as an official play, but yes, I do like that number.
All right, well.
I prefer the catches, though, if you can get those, Coach, at 1.5 at decent odds.
Oh, let me look right now live on the show, see if I can get it 1.5. 1.5, where are you? Where are you? Oh, I do. Minus 130, big boy. I like that. Thank you.
So I prefer that because they throw a lot of passes to him, like near the line of scrimmage to get the ball in his hands. Like he's used a lot for screenplays, wide receiver screenplays and stuff. So, yeah, he could easily have 2-3 catches and end up with 13 yards. So that's why I prefer catches with him. I think it offers a little more safety than the yards.
I love having safety in plays, just like on your Derrick Henry play earlier today. The analysis was amazing, and protecting yourself is a great way to go. Come on, let's get that like button going. Pound it, pound it, pound it, pound it. I want to give away some stuff here tonight. All right. Of course, my Sanu bet won't go through right now. We are crossing the top of the hour. So we've got a bunch of new people coming in. If you are new into Early Edge Live, hit the like button for me just one time so we can get to 500 likes. Probably won't get to 1,000 tonight, but let's get to 500. So our official plays on the show, for those of you who are brand new, because you ask me all the time, Coach, we need them at the top of the hour. So, AB, give me your official plays on the show. You can start.
Over 41.5 tonight. I think that, yes, there will be some weather, but both of these teams, they get 3 touchdowns each.
Okay, very good. I like that a lot. And then we had the jeweler who made a very special appearance on the show earlier tonight, and he gave out an official play for the show. That is the Colts plus the 3.5 or plus the 4, depending on where you have it. And jeweler, what was the other thing you gave out tonight that I just wasn't completely happy with, but it's an official play?
Oh, we're rooting for an under, Coach.
There it is. The jeweler's teaser, Colts plus 9.5. And then teasing the number up to 47.5 and playing the under. That I don't hate. Courtesy of the jeweler. We love the jeweler's teaser. We love the
Coach,
jeweler's
teaser.
Are
we allowed to bet unders if we water them down a little in a teaser? Like
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's allowed. It's not loved, but it's allowed. All right, Alex, what do you got on the show tonight?
I've got Marlon Mack over 14.5 rushing yards. Mack has quietly had a pretty big role in this offense over the past 4 weeks that he's been playing. He's had at least 5 carries in all 4 games. He had double-digit carries in another one of the games. He's also been over in 3 of the 4 games. I believe that he's going to get 5 carries tonight. If he gets 5 carries tonight, he's a tremendous bet for over 14.5 rushing yards. They don't like using Jonathan Taylor as a high volume back. They want to spell him, and Marlon Mack has looked good. He's had a lot of experience in this offense, and the game script coupled with the weather really looks like the Colts are going to have a run heavy game plan tonight.
I love that play, and I'm not about to get shut out. There he is again. You know, sometimes you put a play in, and then your book won't take it, and you try it again, and boom, there it goes, just like that. All right, so thank you. Those are all of our official plays for the game tonight, but we just talked about at least 15 to 20 different props that we either like or stay away from. Hopefully you were paying attention, writing them down, and you can get them in because we're about 15 minutes away from the start of the game. Now, this is my favorite part of the show. So week 1, we're in week 7 now. Week 1, if you watch it, you know that Van Jefferson caught the first touchdown of the game on Sunday Night Football. M Squared gave it out plus 4,000. So that spurred us into something we do on every single primetime show. We give out a fun play. It has to be north of plus 1,000 and the first touchdown of the game scored. So with that being said, AB, let me come to you. Give me a name that I can sink my teeth into. Talk to me.
I'll give you one. And look, our man Chad has been in the chat all night talking about it. He's correct. Zach Pascal, plus 1,300 to plus 1,500, depending on your book. He has 2 first touchdowns this season for the Colts. But I'll also put this out there. It's going to be hard to find it. But the pride of El Dorado Hills, California, out there in beautiful San Diego, 49ers tight end Ross Dwelly, okay, stepping in tonight for George Kittle. He's probably going to be plus 100,000.
Nope,
but my
he's
man,
not. He's not.
What do you got?
1250.
Oh, wow. Yeah, better than Pascal. Yeah. Watch out for him tonight. If he gets going early, Shanahan will have no problem feeding him all night.
Look at AB doing extra work, putting in the extra work. 2 picks tonight. I like it. Pasquale and Dwelly. All right, Alex, what do you got, big boy?
Coach, I got a quick question for you.
Yes.
Have we hit 500 likes yet?
We have not, and I'm very disappointed in a lot of people right now.
I'm not sure I can get. I don't know if I can give this out until we get to 500 likes.
Interesting. Hey, how close are we, Jeweler? How close are we?
We're sitting at 481 right now on my screen.
481.
20 more people. We got 832 watching. Free to like it.
Well, here's the thing that I have realized in the short time that I've had Prop Stars as a partner, a colleague, a mentor, that if I miss out on one of his plays, it costs me money. So, Alex, you hold on to that pick. You have my permission.
We just hit 550.
Boom! There we go. That's all you had to do. That's all we had to do.
About 70 likes in 3 seconds. So
that was not me being selfish. I'm a man of the people. I wanted these 5 subscriptions to get out to you guys. That's why I held the pick hostage. It wasn't because I was trying to, be cruel or anything. I just wanted these 5 subscriptions out to the people. That being said, my Van Jefferson Memorial first TD prop is Mo Alley Cox at plus 1,900, tight end for the Colts. He scored 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. He is huge. He's a massive tight end. He's very athletic. He has developed a nice rapport with Carson Wentz. He looks his way in the red zone as much as any other player. He looks to be his first read when they entered the red zone. Not having T.Y. Hilton, not having Paris Campbell. There's only so many guys he's really comfortable with outside of Michael Pittman. So, yeah, I love Mo Alley Cox tonight, plus 1,900.
Oh, I love that. So I just played Dwelly live, I played Pascal live, and I played Mo Alley Cox live. And if one of them hits, we win. That's win money. Don't forget, in order for you to be eligible to win a year-long sub, and there is no price tag on it, you got to leave your Twitter handle in the comment section. Every time you write something, just leave your Twitter handle because we collect them and then we pick out a winner. But if you don't have a Twitter handle, we can't award you the win. So you got to do this right here, SportsLine on Twitter. Follow us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're watching us right now. And then leave your Twitter handle in the chat. Now, I'm going to give out one more, boys, because this young lady watches almost every single show. And I really have started to realize that not only is she watching, but she's listening and she's paying attention and she gives us plays from time to time. And so I'm going to give, as an official play on the show right here, right now, my girl Kelsey, Nahim Heinz, plus 1,600. And she says she's just going to sprinkle a little bit too, Proppy. Oh, she's got all the language down. Your thoughts on this one, Alex?
I like this. And can we give Kelsey an additional shout out for that pumpkin she carved?
Oh my gosh.
Was that not a work of art? That should be in the Metropolitan Museum or the Louvre.
Did you say the Metropolitan Museum or the Louvre?
I did.
I think it's the Smithsonian. I think you're thinking about.
I know. Well, I wanted one or the other. I realized I messed up with the Metropolitan Museum. Then I pivoted to the Louvre.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was. If you didn't see what Kelsey did on Twitter, I love our fans. I love our followers. I call them family members. That's how much I value all of you. But Kelsey has taken it to another level. She created a pumpkin with an early edge logo, SportsLine. There it is right there. I knew Jeweler would get it. There it is right there. How cool is that?
Can I make a request to Kelsey on the next pumpkin carve to do a portrait of AB?
Well, let me say this. You want to really talk about scaring the children on Halloween. There you go.
That is very true. That is very true. That could take forever, by the way, too. I mean, you'd have to have a really good artist to carve out AB's face in a pumpkin.
Yeah, look how good she did with that.
This isn't Tom Brady's sculpted face here. You're going to have to bring in teams of blind people. Trust me. You're not going to want – no one wants that.
Kelsey said, I got you. I would love to see the effort. I would love to see it. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. All right, we only have a couple more things to do, and I think we're going to wind it up just a little bit early tonight. We've got the 5 still to give away. If we don't have them by the time we get done in the next couple of minutes, we will tweet those out, hence the Twitter handles, and we will reach out to you. So don't worry. Even if I don't get them out right here, we will give them out in the next 30 minutes or an hour as well. So I like to wrap up the show with my guys giving whatever their biggest takeaway is from the game tonight. Colts and the 49ers. Alex, you can go first.
Yeah, I'm excited in this game. We've been hearing about the weather all week. I like when things are abnormal and when you have weather playing a big role. That's one of the reasons I love football, is because you have things that you can't, you don't expect, and they just happen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully a weird football game where all of our props and all of our plays hit.
One more quick question for you. Mo Alley Cox over 2.5 catches plus 145.
Lean, yes, but he's getting most of those looks in the red zone. So while I love his chances as a touchdown scorer, I don't love his chances as much between the 20s. Okay. So Lean is, yes, not playing the under, but yeah, don't love it.
Okay, very good. AB, bring us home.
Yep, you got the Indianapolis Colts tonight, obviously in a big game on the road on the West Coast. Let me say this. Next week, they are at home against the Tennessee Titans. Understand, they've already lost once to the Titans in Nashville. If they lose again next week, the AFC South race is over. So I'm not saying that this is, the Super Bowl coming next week, but I guarantee you it's on that coaching staff's mind, and they know that they have to win that game next week. So fascinating to see how that plays into tonight.
One more question for Alex on a prop that I know you will love, Alex. Absolutely love. Debo, over 3.5 rush yards.
Yeah, that's a fun one. This would be pretty much like the perfect game script for him to get a touch close to the line of scrimmage. However, I will caution you that their usage of him, like in previous seasons, that they used him a lot more as a running back. They're not doing it nearly as much this season because they're relying on him so much as a receiver. So I like it, don't love it.
I defy all of you watching right now to find another show that you can throw any name, any number, anything at my guys, and they do not even miss a beat and give you the most up-to-date specific information. It blows me away. And I get to be on the show with these guys, and it blows me away. It really, really does. All right. We're going to tweet out those winners because right now, wait a second. I thought this was the bosses that were texting me, so I wasn't going to take it. but it wasn't. It's my winners. Here we go. Courtesy of Prop Stars at the SED, at the SEDD, at Michael G. Winslow, at Funnyman628. I know that's Chad, very active in the chat, at Alec Dorigian, and at Squid Inc. _gaming. Don't worry, we will reach out to you on social media, give you all the details. You're now a part of the family. Welcome in. You have access to everything SportsLine provides. Simulations, analysis, all the cappers, all the articles. You cannot beat the information, and we're here for it. Boys, hell of a job by you tonight. Only one thing we have left to do. Oh, got to get that shoulder all lubed up, all oiled up. Here we go. You've got your marching orders. Damn it, I love doing this. Let's take all of these Sunday night tickets straight to the pay window. For my man AB, for Prop Stars, our rock star, the jeweler, and our entire team at SportsLine and the Early Edge, I am the coach. Tell all your friends. Let's grow this. I love it. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. live for the Early Edge. Oh, good luck tonight. We'll see you then.